What's up, guys? My name is Eric and welcome back, or welcome if you're new to this channel. So today I'm gonna be talking about how to clay. I remember like 2-3 years ago when I first got into detailing, I was going crazy trying to figure it out how to clay. And actually it's a very simple process. So there's different ways to do a clay treatment, but let's get into it so you can understand and learn for yourself. So first things first, why do you clay? So you clay to remove contaminants from the paint. So I don't know if you know what a contaminant is, but it basically feels like a rough texture on the paint. Paint should be smooth and slick, like right now, we just clayed this car. But regardless, I'm gonna show you how to do it in the next clips. If you don't clay cars for years, it can literally make your paint look dull and it can actually damage the paint in the future. So it's very important to clay your cars and to explain this to your customers or even for your own vehicles. A good way to explain how clay treatment works is basically when you go get a facial, before your face feels rough, you got imperfections, maybe pimples, blackheads, and after your face is gonna feel smooth, slick, and shiny. It's the same thing. But with the car, they're just removing contaminants, but it's the same thing because from your face, they're removing imperfections, which is basically contaminants as well. Now, what do you use to clay? Clay towel, clay bar, and clay mitts. What's the difference between a clay bar and a clay mitt? A clay bar is the OG way. Everyone knows what a clay bar is. Also, is way more aggressive, so it's gonna help you remove heavy contaminants from the paint way faster. Sometimes the clay mitt is not even gonna get to the level of the clay bar, but you don't always have to use it. A clay mitt is a synthetic product which is gonna help you to do light claying. Now, because the clay bar is more aggressive, is more likely to cause swirls or marring in the paint. A clay mitt is not gonna cause that, and also a clay mitt is gonna last way longer. A clay bar, you can do one car, two cars, maybe if it's not too contaminated, and then it goes to the trash. Also, if you drop the clay bar to the floor, you gotta get a new one. With the clay mitt, I mean, if you're lucky and you drop it on this side, nothing's gonna happen. You get me? But the clay mitt usually lasts anywhere from 10 to 20 cars. That doesn't mean you have to use the whole clay bar for one car. I usually break a clay bar into 3 or 4 pieces depending on the size. Just use it one time and throw it away. Now, how to clay. You gotta have a well lubricated area. You can use a clay loop or even water and soap. Be excessive. You wanna make sure it's well lubricated. And then you're gonna go either horizontal way or vertical. All right, do not go in circular motion. You're gonna cause swirls on the paint. So always lubricate the paint and light repetitions. Do not put pressure or anything, just let it glide. As you can see, I'm not putting any type of pressure. You can literally use 2 fingers and the clay bar or the clay mitt is gonna do its job. One thing I do want to say is that a clay mitt and a clay towel is way more comfortable than a clay bar because a clay bar is small and I highly suggest you guys use gloves, but right now, I mean, I don't have to. But as you can see, it's not complicated whatsoever. Sometimes when the cars are very contaminated, you're gonna feel and listen how the contaminants are getting removed from the paint. Right now, this paint is already clayed, so it's very smooth, but as you can see, no pressure, guys. This is very important. No pressure. And please use common sense as well. Make sure the clay mitt, clay towel, clay bar is clean. So rinse it off before. Make sure it has nothing on it, okay? Because one little rug or something can cause a huge swirl or scratch on the paint. So be very aware of what you're doing. How do you know when to stop claying? I feel like no one talks about that, and that's where people get confused. Well, very simple. Just clay until you feel that the car is smooth as hell. You know, I know people, many detailers, they just give it a light clay and then apply a wax. Nah, clay until the surface is smooth like a baby, okay? Do a great job. Always, always, always aim to be a great detailer and provide amazing results. That's your brand, your personal brand, and it's your business. So if you want to make sure to grow your business in the long run, be honest gentleman or lady. Guys, little side note, always try to use the less aggressive method before you go into, for example, the clay bar. Always try the clay mitt. If that's not giving you proper results, then you jump into the clay bar. And make sure to apply this in your business with interiors and all of that. So my personal preference is a clay towel because it's just bigger, so you can cover more area, and also is less aggressive. Like I said, if you're just getting into claying, make sure you pick a clay mitt or a clay towel. Do not go for a clay bar because it could be too aggressive. And just get some experience and see how the lubrication works, because lubrication is key for a good clay treatment. Okay. One thing that is a must for me, at least, is always apply protection after your clay, whether that be a ceramic coating after polishing, or a wax or a sealant, even a spray sealant, a spray wax. Just make sure you put something to protect the paint. You don't want to go out after a facial with your open pores to the dirty atmosphere. All right, guys, so this is the end of the video. If you like this, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know if this was helpful for you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.